Death comes without warning. Death comes when you least expect it. It is one of the hardest things that you will ever have to deal with. In my 23 years of living, I've lost four family members. Three of which I was really close with, the other not so much. My grandmother was, I don't even remember how old she was, but I remember I was maybe 10 or 11. And the first time I met her, we went down to Florida. And it didn't hit me till I was older. Because when I was like around 10 or 11, I didn't really know what death was. I didn't like know what it was like to lose someone because I was still a kid. Kids don't fully grasp what death is. But that whole experience just like it fucked with my head when I was older because when I went down there with my family, she was bedridden, she couldn't walk, and she couldn't see. I remember she touched my face and she felt that I had earrings. She was like, "Oh, baby, you got earrings. That's nice." And when we left Florida, I said to my dad, I was like, "Dad, I don't think she's gonna make it much longer." And you could tell that really just caught him off guard, and I didn't really know what I was saying, but it was just on my mind. I just really felt that she wasn't gonna make it, and then about a month or so later, she passed away. It wasn't that sad to me because I didn't know her that well. I didn't really build a relationship with her. And about 2 years before that, I lost my aunt. Now, I was really close with her because she was like the grandmother that I never had. Because my grandmother and grandfather on my mom's side, they had passed away when I was little, so I didn't really get to know them. So my aunt was like the grandmother figure that I didn't really get. But again, that didn't really mess with my head until I was older because I was maybe 9 or 8 when that happened. It wasn't until I lost my cousin, who I was really close with. I was maybe 16 or 17. And that just really just fucked with my head so much. Because she was like one of the big sisters in the family. She was one of the ones that brought light and brought life to every family function that we went to. And when it happened, I was just like, it's like, what the hell, man? Like, she was such a good person. She was like, she had one of the biggest hearts, and she was the sweetest, like, out of all the cousins. And it just, I was like, it's not fair. It's not fair. Not only because I felt like a big chunk of me was like removed, but she left behind two kids, two beautiful kids. And now they're just gonna grow up without their mom. And it doesn't get any easier whenever we have family functions just because it feels like a part of our family is missing. Like something crucial to our family is missing. And it doesn't make it easier because her daughter looks just like her. Like a spitting image of her mom. So part of me just gets really sad whenever I see my little cousin because she looks just like her mom. And at her funeral, it hit me the hardest because when I walked by her casket, I was not prepared at all. I burst into tears, and one of the elders of the church, they had to hold me because I was just so distraught. And Ebony was at the funeral. So I was thinking, like, maybe she'll get her life together. Maybe she'll start making better choices because she saw that our cousin died. But ultimately, no. Like, not even. Like, maybe 3 years later, and this was just after I got my job at Chick-fil-A. I remember I was so happy because I was like, she's gonna come by Chick-fil-A, she's gonna see me at work, and she's gonna be so proud of me. But then July or August, I heard my mom crying in the middle of the night, and this is while I was about to go to bed. I went to my parents' bedroom, and I had just gotten word that she had passed away in Trent Court. Oh God. We sat there for like 2 or 3 hours just crying, and it really just fucked with me because I've never seen my mom cry so hard, and I've never seen my dad cry so hard. And during that week, the whole week when it happened, people had come over, people I haven't seen in like years. But I just secluded myself in my room for the entire week. And it wasn't like, it was the day before the funeral. We went down to the funeral home because they found her body. And I had the choice of whether or not I wanted to go down there and see her body one last time. I really didn't want to, but I had to make myself do it to get closure. Because I knew if I didn't do it, then I was going to kick myself in the teeth if I didn't do it. So I went down there, and it was one of the hardest things I've ever done. Saw my big sister laying there dead, and just a wave of just sadness and just reality. Like, reality hit like a shit ton of bricks, man. Like, you have no idea. Because I had to come with the terms that she was gone, that she wasn't coming back. There was no do-overs. And part of me felt responsible because I felt like I had done a terrible job of being her brother, because there have been times where I could have reached out to her, but I couldn't do anything because A, she was much older than me. She was 7 years older than me. Two, she was going to do whatever she wanted regardless, but I just felt like I could have done more. But as time went on, I had to realize there's nothing I could have done. She made her own choices in life, and she suffered the consequences. But you would think, like, as time progresses, that it would be easier and it wouldn't hurt as much, but it doesn't. It's quite the opposite. Because I'm at a point now where I'm angry and depressed, and I'm riddled with anxiety all the time. Some days are better than others, but the worst days for me are honestly when I'm around my friends or I'm around my coworkers and I'm laughing and grinning and smiling and just cracking jokes left and right. Those are honestly some of my most sad days. Because I'm putting on a front and I'm acting like things are okay, but in reality they're not. And I want people to just like not worry, and I don't want people to think that there's something going on. It's amazing what a few laughs and smiles can hide. But the whole point of this is I just want people to know that there's only so much we can do to save the ones that we love. Yes, we can reach out and yes, we can talk to them. Yes, we can try to get them help. But ultimately, we have to realize that there's nothing that we can do because death is going to claim whoever it wants to claim. And people are going to have to make their own decisions, and we can't just sit there and bail them out constantly, and we can't kill ourselves to make sure that they're okay. You gotta step back and you gotta realize that, enough is enough and that they're gonna have to learn on their own. So, if you are beating yourself up and if you are, you know, putting your own life aside to help someone, don't do that. Take care of yourself and live life. Live life to the fullest, not only for yourself, but for those around you. And if you are not talking to your family because of some petty quarrel, do whatever you can to make things right. Because no relationship with your family or friends is worth. It's not worth it. No quarrel is worth the relationship that you have with your family or friends. So do whatever you can to make things right.